Welcome back to KION News at 11 o'clock. Time now for a full look at your weather forecast, bringing in Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Now, Dan, I know a lot has been tracked in these past few days, but a lot more, it seems like, is on the way as well.
You know, our rainy season has been pretty quiet until maybe the last couple of weeks. It's gotten a little bit more active, although we had a nice break around Christmas, so we've got that going for us. But certainly active tonight, and obviously we dealt with high surf yesterday. We may be dealing with more high surf in the coming days, so let's talk about that. Here is a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf. Still raining out there across the region tonight. Perhaps a little bit of a break finally in Monterey after we've already seen about an inch of rain, maybe even a little bit more than that on the peninsula tonight. So some decent rainfall coming through. Our cold front really stretches up and down the west coast. We can track it all the way from here on the central coast, actually reaching all the way down to Vandenberg at the moment and stretching across the San Joaquin and Sacramento valleys, all the way up past Chico, Redding, basically the I-5 corridor, all the way up the Willamette Valley, all the way up to the Puget Sound. So yeah, basically along cold front. Now, the parent of this cold front, this low pressure system right here, was actually like back out here yesterday. So it has moved quite a bit. As it was strengthening, it created a lot of waves. Those waves still on the way. We have been expecting them tonight, but for the most part today, the sea has been pretty quiet. This was yesterday. This is a graph, by the way, of wave heights from Point Sur at a buoy just offshore there. Almost 30 feet. That was what we experienced, unfortunately, right at high tide yesterday morning. That's why we saw all that damage along the coast. Now, things got steadily lower until just the last couple of hours. Now they've popped back up. We're just shy of 20 feet off of Point Sur. Now, if I could draw the forecast line, we're going to get to about here maybe overnight, maybe the 20 to 25 range, nothing much higher than that. With that said, the beaches have been worn down quite a bit, so we have a little bit less protection than we did yesterday. So the high surf coming in, still going to be battering our shorelines, our cliffs, maybe some of the walkways right along the coast. That's something we're a little bit concerned about overnight tonight. There's also a lot of debris on the beach. That stuff gets thrown around by the waves as well. So another night of high surf for us. We have a high surf warning in effect until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Again, potential for some coastal flooding, beach erosion out there, and very dangerous conditions. Tomorrow morning, you're not going to want to go to the ocean. There's still stuff floating out there. You get hit by that, you're in big trouble. On top of that, we also have a coastal flood warning. So flooding expected in some low areas again with this high surf coming in. And of course, we'll continue to see erosion along our coastline with this high surf coming in. That's going to go till 2 o'clock Saturday. Again, another high tide coming in a little bit before noon tomorrow. So high surf on top of the already problems that we've seen over the last couple of days. And as we look at our future waves, still seeing some 19-foot swells offshore. They start to decrease a little bit as we head into the afternoon hours tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, we see that decrease rapidly, but still, I mean, the next 12 hours, 16 hours or so, looking a little treacherous along the coast, something to keep in mind. Today, well, before the rain started, it wasn't too bad. This was the cold front coming into Salinas tonight and some high temperatures from today. Most of us were in the 60s, but behind this front, we're going to be quite a bit cooler. The front continuing to move farther inland now as we head through the late overnight hours. We'll probably be followed by a few rounds of showers, so even though the front's going to be moving on, we'll still have rain on and off overnight for most areas around the bay and even to our inland areas. Now, we have some instability moving through as well, specifically early in the day tomorrow. So once the sun comes out tomorrow, we'll start to help destabilize things a little bit. We'll probably see more showers pop up as we head into the mid to late morning hours. Some of these showers may become brief thunderstorms as they move off to the east. So there's a small chance of thunderstorms in the forecast tomorrow as well. I think by the time we get to mid-afternoon, most of that will be far to the east and we won't be dealing with it anymore, but we still could see a few lingering sprinkles across the region. The heaviest rain is going to be tonight, but if you're under one of those cells tomorrow, you might get a brief downpour. Precipitation in addition to what we've already seen, maybe another 1/4 of an inch around the coast and inland areas, perhaps another 1/2 an inch, a little bit more in some of our southern areas, which are still under the yoke of that cold front. Temperature-wise tomorrow, well, behind our cold front, much cooler, so many areas dropping 5 to 10 degrees tomorrow. 61 in Santa Cruz may actually be one of our warmer spots, mostly just because you'll have a west-northwesterly wind, which is kind of a downsloping wind for you. On the east shore of the bay, basically 59 to 60. Most of us are going to be in that range tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Isolated showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm in there as well. Upper 50s to around 60 on the peninsula tomorrow, and then down south mostly upper 50s to low 60s again. So A little bit cooler tomorrow. We've been pretty mild these last couple of days with this southerly flow, but that comes to an end, obviously, with the frontal passage. So next couple of days, we'll see highs in the 50s. Obviously, Sunday is New Year's Eve. We do have another system passing by to our south on Sunday, which could throw a few showers our way. The best chances will be in the south, part of our viewing area, but they still could reach the bay as well. So we do have a slight chance of rain in Sunday, but it's not going to be a washout. Monday, Tuesday look dry as we kick off 2024, but two systems on the horizon, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, will bring more rain chances. So there's a lot to look out for. We look at that 7-day forecast for inland areas, pretty similar. Make sure to stay tuned to their forecast, and also make sure to download the KI1 Weather Authority app. You'll get those flood advisories right to your phone. Those alerts come right to your phone when they get issued. High surf, all of that comes right to your phone. So if it happens at 4 o'clock in the morning, you get the information that you need.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Dan.